Good morning! Join me here today on a lovely, crisp September morning. It's getting, beginning to be dark even on my way to work now. It's already dark on my way home. Makes it a bit harder, a bit more work, a bit more concentration. Can't really give up your focus as much, but at least it's dry. Won't complain whilst it's dry. So, my channel, new, just started. Just want to have a bit of fun with it, really. I've got some videos I need to put up. Oh, I missed the gear change. I've got a stomp bike as well, which I like to get out on and have some fun on, which is pretty cool. It's only a small engine, but nevertheless, good fun. Sometimes you find that the smaller engine bikes are a bit more fun because you can really rag the nuts off of them. But yeah. So I'd like to get on a couple of bikes, record that, because I'm actually looking for a second bike at the moment. Oh, my nuts again. I'm actually looking for a second bike currently, and I'm at a bit of a I'm at a bit of a brick wall at the moment. I really do not know what to get. I wanted at first I wanted a sports tourer. Then I just thought, no, fuck it, if I'm gonna go tourer, I just want tourer. Then I thought, no, hold on a minute, do I even really want a tourer? I started looking at sports bikes, but then I remembered, no, I definitely don't want another sports bike. One's enough. And I like to do a lot of long distance travelling on my bike. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is okay for commuting. It's just about okay for commuting. If I had to commute an extra 20 minutes or so, I'd probably fucking hate this thing. But for what I do, jump the lights. Oh, diesel in the air. I don't know if that's coming up on the camera, but fuck me, just smell it straight away. But yeah, but for what I do, this bike is okay. I'm not going to say it's the best bike, but oh my god, I would get stuck behind the fucker that's producing all of it. I thought it was that lorry. Fucking hell, mate, that's a joke. Yeah, so I don't know. This bike, if I had to commute any longer, would be a pain in the arse. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a pain in the arse as it is. It gets quite uncomfortable, especially on my wrists, and my hands. But I love it, so I'm willing to make that compromise. But I do want something else, and I keep switching from this bike to that bike. I used to have a WR125, and I honestly think that was one of the best commuter bikes I could have had, because that thing is so light, you can throw it around in traffic. It's got good lock on the handlebars as well, so full lock to full lock on the handlebars, which in town is what you need, full lock to full lock, because you will tend to use the handlebars a lot more. Like now, I mean, I'm holding on to the handlebars, but there's no input through the handlebars. All of my input through my arse. But yeah, that WR was a wicked bike. Only a 125. I had it on a CVT before I ever got my full license. But I had mine. I bought mine brand new from Infinity Motorcycles in Clapham, and I've got to say, like, just through experience and me personally, they were good to deal with. They were really good to deal with. I've bought one other bike from a dealership, which was this one, and I bought this one from a dealership it was actually up north. It was in Macclesfield. Can't remember the name of it now. But yeah, those two bikes. Oh, I bought another bike actually from a dealership. I've bought 3 bikes from a dealership, but not only one brand new. I've only ever bought one brand new bike, the rest are second hand. But yeah, they actually dealt with me very well. And that bike was bulletproof. It fucking went, and I used to rag the shit out of that poor thing. And honestly, one of the best bikes I think you could ever get for commuting. My brother's got one still. He's had his for 4 years now, I think. And he loves it. It literally is just one of them bikes that just, it's like the Honda CB. They don't go fucking wrong. They're just bulletproof. They've been making the fucking engine and everything for so long. They've just perfected it. But yeah, and the WR is a cool looking bike as well. It's the full supermoto size. I'll try and see if I've got any footage of me on mine. I did used to record a bit on it, not too much though. But I can always borrow my brother's bike anyway if you guys want to see any footage of me on a supermoto. But yeah. So I don't know what to get. I thought supermoto. Problem with a big engine supermoto is living in London, it will just get fucking nicked by a bunch of fannies. Because that's what all these bike thieves are, they're just a bunch of fannies. That's why they have about 20 of them to steal one scooter, because they wouldn't dare do it on their own because they know they get the shit kicked out of them because they're a bunch of drips. What was that? Was that a C63 AMG? Sounded nice, whatever it was. Is that what we're dealing with? Is it a C-Class AMG? It's a CLK63 AMG. Nice, man. Juicy on the petrol though. I'll tell you that for nothing. Ooh, sounds nice. Sounds really nice. That's nice, I like that. If I could only afford one. But yeah, so don't know what to get next. Really don't. I think I like the idea of like the MT-07 Tracer. I looked into the GS's and the Triumphs, but that's like full Toro if you're asking me. I mean, that bike, if you got that bike, you've got to do it some justice, and you've got to really tour Europe on it. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to tour Europe. I've been to, funny enough, I rode to Berlin on this, but the distances aren't anywhere near the same as like if you was to travel to the south of France. Or, I mean, to here, when I went to Berlin on this, I accumulated about 1,500 miles return, like all round trip, 1,500 miles, there or thereabouts. I mean, to get to just the south of France without even coming back, you're looking at 1,500 miles. On this, fuck that. I mean, you could do it, don't get me wrong, but it'd take a fucking someone with better wrists and more patience than me. The thing about this bike that's annoying is the fucking fuel tank. There's no fuel light on this bike. So I have to roughly guess when I've got to fill up, and I know kind of where it is when I'm driving to and from work. I know where it runs out, but on a motorway in a foreign country, you just don't know. There's so many factors, like the fuel consumption is different, the fuel itself is different abroad, so you don't know whether it's more efficient, less efficient. It's a bit of a pain. So, oh look, we're being let go. Thank you very much. And now this arsehole's going to stick further to the right. You get one nice person, one prick. But yeah, it's really just stressful. You have to plan your whole journey, and it's just a pain. So the main feature I'm looking for in a touring bike, oh god, what's going on here, is fuel capacity to go further, and more upright, so that I'm not leaning on the bars the whole time and it's a bit more comfortable. So yeah, I mean, I'd like some suggestions. Suggestions, man. What do people think? Oh, this traffic's awful. Dealing with it, and this traffic is shit. I left 10 minutes earlier today than I do usually, and for some reason the traffic is worse. Okay, make sense of that. What's the time? I don't even know the time. Can't even see the time. I've got the temperature up. I need to press that button to get the time up. It's cold in the mornings now, so I like the bike to be at a temperature before... What the fuck was that? Did you hear that? I don't know if that came across on the mic. It sounded like a fucking cat getting ran over. Probably me. I'll probably watch the video back and there's a fucking cat hanging onto my fucking front wheel.